Hey, my name is Travis,
And I'm Larry.
and welcome to Fatherhood.
Some assembly required. Today we're doing an interview, and we're interviewing Travis, my friend, fellow father, and cohort. Now, Travis, are
Yes.
you a stay-at-home dad, a working dad, part-time working dad, work from home, and stay with the children?
Full-time dad, part-time work.
Good.
Although I think dads are full-time work too.
Always.
Always.
Even there's no off time. There's no off time being
No off days.
Because you have the perfect dynamic. You have a teenager
Yeah.
and a toddler. My son is 4 years old. I can't even think that far ahead right now, like when he's a teenager.
Oh, it's weird.
Okay.
No, it's weird. I don't think I should not be old enough to have a teenager. To me, you know, I just got out of college like a year ago, right? But I haven't. I keep forgetting that. Like, oh, it was only just like a few years, a decade or so ago. You know? What's weird too is, of course, you know, I don't have the same problems because he doesn't live here as like probably a lot of you guys do, where your kids are there, and mine are just different because he isn't here, and I don't know what's going on, and would like to know, and I know it's hard. His mom's doing a really good job, so you know I trust that, and when I talk to him, he's a really good kid, though he doesn't share anything. I mean, it's just like talking to a brick wall over the phone, which you can imagine is really great conversation.
With the 7-year-old,
Yeah.
being with her every day, I know this might sound like a strange question. Like, how has it helped you in developing other relationships, like the relationship with her and also with the relationship with your son, who's not here?
I think listening skills, just like they have to, their listening skills. I think I've been getting the opportunity to regain those skills, or maybe even get them for the first time, because like I said, I wasn't around as much. When I was around, you know, we had a good relationship, it was fun.
Yes.
But I remember there's an instance that at the time was dating my now wife. He was there and we were all playing and doing something, and I think it was around Christmas time, and she was visiting because we didn't live in the same state. And he got upset about something. He said, "Well, Daddy, you only hear me when I cry." She kind of looked at me like, oh, that's not a good thing for a child to say. And so I had to learn, like, to really, it just hit me. You know, I'm clearly not listening to what he is saying, except when in times of trouble. And of course I'm there to listen. What happened? What's going on? But
I know this might sound crazy, but that lets you know you're a great dad, because he was smart enough to pick that up. Like, hey, you only hear me when I'm crying. I wish you hear me all the other time. and it makes you think, like, Jesus, where did you get that knowledge from?
I know.
I always found it hard, and eventually I got over it. But that you have this 7-year-old, and she's a girl.
Yeah.
Being with her every day, and did you feel funny? Did you feel like you was going to get labeled like there's one of those stay-at-home dads, or one of those dads?
For sure. I have, because we lived in an apartment, and it's like you just get looked at as like the freeloader. I am her father. You always get the thing of, so what do you do? I say, I don't know what I do. I don't know what I do. I do something. Because, but it goes over that stereotype. Well, like I think, and you've mentioned that before. Well, we know you got to make money for your family.
Yes.
I would, but my wife makes way more than I do. I don't know what to tell you, and she's better at it. I clearly suck. You know.
Did you go to that period where, since I'm here all the time, am I going to be the best dad?
I still stress the entire time. Like, yeah, I'm gonna be a good dad. I'm like, house is gonna be clean. I can't cook to save my life. Thankfully, my wife is a good cook, because when Tabby's mom is gone, it's whatever frozen meals from Trader Joe's.
But no, he makes great pancakes.
I do. That's the
That's
one
the
thing.
pancakes, so-
Even Kim will go. Have your dad make pancakes. I can't. But yeah, I'm gonna do that. But the entire time, you have that nagging thing in the back of your head, like I can't lose my skills. I gotta be gaining more marketable skills because this can't last forever. And what happens if this? And what happens? What happens when my wife leaves me for some successful dude, and I'm left here, a really good house husband, and I'm screwed.
I don't think that's gonna happen.
I know, but
We even talked about clothes shopping, and that you have this 7-year-old daughter.
Yes.
And I know you go out and shop for her.
I do. I will say that is probably my guilty pleasure. I love to pick out cool clothes for my daughter. It's really fun. I used to do. I did a little bit with my son. It's hard because his mom is very monochromatic in her dressing. It's got to be like 2 blues of a similar shade, or you know what I mean. It's all in that family. You dare not wear red and blue because that doesn't match. I don't think she's ever heard of color coordinating things, but even though she does. But I love to go shopping with Tabby and find cool clothes and like, oh, that looks cool, and get these cool sale things. It's terrible. It's really awful because they make way cuter things for girls than they do for boys. The girls get really cool outfits,
Just hitting back on something you said. Do you find yourself being more structured in the relationship between you and your wife with your daughter?
Yeah, I am not super structured. But as my wife reminds me, I'm a Virgo. So I am far more structured. She's definitely more free-spirited and stuff like that. I'm a bit more, we do it this time. It's more like an outline of the day. Between this time, we can do these things. Mm-hmm. Between this time, we could do it's a little free flow within a set time. As soon as it becomes a point, then we just have to go on to the next thing, if that makes any sense.
No, it does. I've noticed, especially with the internet, and everything that way. Like when we were younger, it was certain things that were viewed, but nowadays, like the 7-year-old, like they know certain songs or shows, and you're like.
But at times, when you're shopping for clothes or shopping for food, and your child is fried and wants to go home, yes, I have Netflix on my iPhone, and I let her watch Netflix while we're shopping so I can get it done. And I personally think my mom would have done the exact same thing because they had one. I mean, I remember being a kid and just going, oh, will it ever stop? Can we go home now? Because you're bored. You want to be doing anything but shopping for food. And I am quite sure your mom would like to be doing anything but for shopping for food with you. Now
I'm going to ask a question that's going to be in the future.
Yeah.
When you're both the children, one is almost grown. Yeah. And had it been 1960, he's considered grown. Right?
Oh, that's true. It's true.
But when your daughter, when you look back on this, especially being this involved, what is it that you think that I know you're going to remember everything, but remember the most?
It's a lot of little things. I don't think it's like one thing. Like, it's odd. Let me tell you, it's odd. The sound that she would make when she was a toddler, when she would chew her food. I was just happy that she was eating. She's a terrible eater. But just that sound, it was like the best sound in the world to hear her chewing. Seeing her get out of the car by herself. Those little, progress things, seeing her swim really well for the first time. I don't think it's just like, one thing. I think it's the buildup of these little things.
Travis, I think you just made somebody cry out there. and I think you may have become one of the cutest men around to some women. I should have said that when I got interviewed. Damn it. So I think that might be it for us today. And we so much enjoyed you guys watching
Thanks.
And with Travis. And
there you go. Please subscribe. We'll bring you more videos, more interviews, maybe us just talking about different things or
yes,
aspects a little bit more detailed, as well as interviewing other dads and kind of seeing their experiences and hearing from them. So thanks a lot. Again, subscribe. Have a good one, guys.
bye-bye.